Hi, welcome back. Time to cook some pasta. Today we're going to cook one of the four classic Roman pastas. The four classics are cacio e pepe, pasta al gressio, spaghetti carbonara, and the bucatini alla matriciana. So today we're going to cook the bucatini alla matriciana. Those four pastas are actually a progression of each other. It starts with cacio e pepe, then you add the guanciale or the pancetta and it becomes pasta al gressio, then you add the egg and it becomes a carbonara, and then you swap the eggs for tomatoes and you end up with alla matriciana. So let's do this. The main ingredient in this pasta is guanciale. If you can't find guanciale, by all means you can use pancetta. But what is the main difference? Well, the main difference is the flavor, because pancetta comes from the belly, which is a muscle that's not really working, and the guanciale comes from the jowl of a pig. So that's a muscle that's constantly working and has more flavor. It comes down to the same principle in every meat cut. The harder working muscles have more flavor than the less working muscles. I'm using guanciale and I make my own charcuterie, so I don't have a problem finding it, because actually this is my homemade guanciale. So first I'm going to cut my guanciale into lardons, and I would say per person roughly about a handful. I'm going to add a good dash of olive oil to my frying pan. And I want to put my frying pan on a medium heat. And I'm going to add my cubes or lardons of guanciale. It's important that we slowly render the fat out, because it's the fat that gives that pasta its very unique flavor. We're going to be using tinned peeled tomatoes, and I'm using Italian San Marzano in tins. And I'm just going to give them a quick blitz in my food blender. I'm just going to pulse this a couple of times. I don't want it too smooth, but these were whole tomatoes. So that'll do. Once the fat has been rendering out for about 7-8 minutes, I'm going to add some chili flakes and a small glass of white wine. And now I'm just going to simmer this until the wine is reduced by about half. Alright, so my white wine has reduced, and now I'm going to add my tomatoes. Okay, so now we're going to bring this to a light simmer, and we're going to let our tomatoes reduce and thicken to a nice sauce. So my sauce is reducing nicely, and I'm going to cook my pasta first. This bucatini pasta will take about 14 minutes to get soft, so I'm going to cook it for only 12. I really want it al dente when we put it in the sauce, and then we're going to do the rest of the cooking in the sauce. I'm just going to loosen up the pasta. That's it, and now we're just going to cook it for 12 minutes. My pasta is al dente, and I'm going to add it to my sauce. And I'm going to do the last 2-3 minutes of cooking in my sauce. If our sauce would be a little bit too thick, just add a ladle of the pasta cooking liquid. So now you can check your pasta for seasoning, but I'm not gonna, and I did, but I'm not gonna add any more salt, because obviously the guanciale is salty, the pasta's cooked in salted water, so for me that's salty enough. But if you want to, yeah, at this point you can adjust the seasoning. And now we're gonna add our pecorino. It's a Roman pasta, so when in Rome, you use pecorino. And there you have it, Bucatini al Amatriciana. Enjoy! Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to click subscribe and see you next time.